The member for Thornhill.
Thank you very much, Speaker. And I want to start by saying, Madam Speaker, that a vision without action is a daydream. An action without vision is a nightmare. The past 8 years of Dalton McGuinty's government has been, Madam Speaker, a nightmare.
Hear, hear.
The transit vision.
Hear, hear.
The transit vision for Toronto, indeed the transit dream for the GTA, and even the GTAH currently, is only a daydream. And the action apparently desired by some, building surface transit on rails, is in an area like this one, in a climate like this one, well, that's also a nightmare. Today, we must speak of a daydream that can and must become a reality. And for that, we need a plan and we need action. Subway construction for Toronto, for the GTA, is decades behind. For Toronto to be the world-class city that we all know it can be, we urgently need to catch up. We have to build subways. We have to connect people. We have to connect businesses. And we have to do so in a regional context. We can erase the sins of the past. We can build a Greater Toronto and Hamilton area. We can make sure it is world-class metropolitan area for the next 100 years. And I call on every member of this House to vote his or her conscience today and drop the partisanship. Too many, so many, have missed this opportunity before. Residents in Toronto are tired of city streets being ripped up, and they want the higher quality service that subway transportation provides, faster trips, bigger passenger cars, an underground transit system that brings Toronto to the level of a Paris, a Tokyo, a London, a New York, a Chicago, a Boston. Those who promote light rail as a model for transit forget that the jurisdictions where light rail proves effective over the long term are, by way of example, Portland, Oregon, a northwest city where it rarely snows and where fewer than 600,000 people make their home. Building light rail is the advice of convenience. We cannot afford to listen to that advice. We cannot miss a crucial opportunity. Just 18 months ago, Rob Ford asked people what they wanted, and they said, stop the runaway spending and focus on underground transit. And who cares what people think of Rob Ford in the long term? They're thinking about their welfare and the welfare of their children and of their children's children. And as elected members, we all have a responsibility to listen to that message. A responsibility that is more than catering to re-election prospects, as some councillors seem to be doing in their wards. They think about what will happen to them in 30 months. Instead of what will happen to the region in 30 years.
Absolutely. Right on.
In 30 years.
Right on.
In 30 years, the GTA and the GTAH region, in that time frame, will be home to 8 million people, less than 30 years. We have a responsibility to plan for that future now. It will be too late to prepare for that growth in 30 years. Do you know what the most ready-to-go subway extension is, Speaker? It's the Yonge Street extension north from Finch to Highway 7 through my riding, because real people there, real people want it, and real people need it. Why doesn't it get built? Why doesn't it get built? Too many jurisdictions, silos. What similar urban area has so many transit companies? The answer is none. York Region Transit, TTC, GO. Mississauga Transit, Durham Transit. How many different and duplicative organizations do you need to serve one area this size? The answer ultimately is one. It is one, and I plan to do my best with my party to get us to that point, Speaker.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear, hear.
But it all has to begin somewhere. Pieces of a long-term vision that must be doing what the people, Speaker, in their numbers want in Toronto, in the GTA, in the GTAH. People who have to travel every single day, long distances, from Scarborough, from North York, from Etobicoke, and I'm not even mentioning Markham and Vaughan and Richmond Hill and Mississauga and Brampton. And frankly, they're tired of being held hostage by Toronto City Council. It starts here and it starts now. Not some above-ground system where people freeze in the winter and wait while snow is removed from a track, or where neighbourhoods are ripped in half, like St. Clair and Spadina. The province has to honour its $8.4 billion commitment to the City of Toronto for construction of the Eglinton Crosstown Line and to endorse the Shepherd Subway extension. Research shows in excess of 60% in the affected areas I named want the subways. Our job, your job, member from Eglinton Lawrence, is to make that happen, and we can do that. My party is clear. We want expanded transit to clear gridlock. We want the province to step up. We want them to do it now and act expeditiously. And I want to quote in closing, Madam Speaker, a politician who, in taking credit for a trans-jurisdictional subway jump from Toronto into York Region, said, and I'm quoting, "McGuinty Liberals have committed funding to the people of the GTA for the York subway expansion because we know that it will play a vital role in helping to lessen the problems associated with gridlock, help commuters, students and others to get to where they need to go quicker." That was said on April 12, 2007 by Brad Dogood in Ontario Hansard. There are many.
Where is he now?
There are many more people to quote, but no more time for me to speak today, or for the people of this city and this region to wait, Madam Speaker. Let us vote in solidarity. Let's get on with the future. Let's expand underground transit as quickly as we can and move on. Thank you.